Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Warlock, Master of the Arcane, with me, BrainBoy 20, where we last left off. We had eliminated the elementals, and captured several new cities for our own use, as well as continued our plans to expand in the eastern direction. At least I was planning to. I don't remember if I actually displayed any knowledge of these plans to you. Speaking of which, I should probably start building some more settlers. Real question is how I'm going to use that here. I'm going to eliminate Mage 4, that's almost guaranteed. The other settlement will probably be here once I make the lands barren, so I don't have to deal with a volcano. Alright, I think we were ending our turn.
You have received a new request, my lord.
Right, you are receiving this blessing, which now makes food production much simpler for you. We've acquired summoned skeletons. Now what do we do here? I think the simplest one would be make barren land. New request. Where is it? This... I wish the game would stop doing this. You cannot avoid these holy quests entirely because they keep spawning them in completely idiotic areas. And if I didn't attack them, they'd start harming me. Now are you anything special? Kind of. Excuse me. In the last 3 years, there have appeared 8 Grand Stubborn Masters and 1 acting Grand Stubborn Master in the Order of the Stubborn Knights. This has happened because of the chapter of the Order decided to change the rules so that it would not be necessary for the Knights to clean the hooves of their battle donkeys before battles, a rule that has been causing great difficulty during wars. However, according to the traditions of the Order, the Grand Stubborn Master laid his veto on the changes. After discussion, the chapter decided to choose a new Grand Stubborn Master from the members who support the change. But at first, the old Grand Stubborn Master stubbornly refused to return the seals. And then the new one vetoed changes in the rules, again in support of established tradition. After assigning in vain 7 more Grand Stubborn Masters, the chapter changed the tactics, and proclaimed that henceforth the Order would have 1 acting Grand Master. And this has worked well enough, as acting Grand Stubborn Masters acting Grand Stubborn Master performs the duties of the head of the Order, but enjoys greater freedom in enforcement of its traditions. After closing this question, the acting Grand Stubborn Master sent all the Grand Stubborn Masters on a quest to earn money for the needs of the Order. I could afford you, but if I keep doing this, I'm going to have to eventually fire them. But you are pretty useful. And again, do I have any particular need of you as of now? Doubtful. Very doubtful. We can make do with what we have. As for you, begin open firing on the ghost wolves here.
We have something to discuss, wouldn't you say?
No. I hate alliances in these games. I'm not going to be dragged into 10,000 pointless wars with people, damaging my relations, and then dragging me into pointless wars strictly with them only for you to break the alliance. I'm not going to fall for that tactic.
It's a pillage!
As much as you like looting and pillaging, I'm going to have to ask you to relax. Now are you in the correct location? You are. Construct the city.
We have founded a new city.
Select perk. I shall give you the blessings of Halloween, and you can begin your charge on Mage Fort. Thankfully, there's mountains here to prevent him from traveling over. I didn't even recognize those. I recognize this is hill, but it's just mountains preventing him across, so I'm safe for taking out Mage Fort. As for you, get the blessings of Halloween yourself, and kill the rogues. As for our bats, what do we do here? Give you the blessings of Halloween as well, which brings my money woefully low, but I doubt I'm going to need a ton of it immediately. And I should have given you enhanced speed. Hopefully that's not going to suicide me. No, I hope he doesn't mind. What does he think of this? Well, it's a little late for that, but... Why do I keep looking at the wrong spot? I know where the diplomatic relations window is. Collaboration. I'm still wondering where this whole first impressions thing comes from. Every game I play, usually when I'm more powerful, they have a negative first impression of me, but now that I seem to be their colleague in terms of power, I seem to have an infinitely good reputation amongst them all. As for you, Karen Vatterson, I just may set you to sentry for now. I don't think there's much point in leaving you running around doing your own thing. Just gonna give it some time to load. This game likes to do that. Stop attacking my city. Oh, wait, you're gonna attack the... Nope, you're not killing this. Okay, I have no choice. Eliminating you is my highest priority now. What is more death fireball? Unfortunately, I do not have any enchantments that would allow me to cast anything else. I just have to hope that the skeleton settler survives.
Ready about.
And this is what we call farming. What is our healing spell of undead? Nothing as of yet. As for the bats, this should be far enough where he couldn't attempt to kill me, and I spot more loot from here. Now thankfully he can't pass through this region, and this area is heavily guarded, so he can't just pass through it, so there should be more than enough time to begin colonization of here with impunity. That and all I need to do is acquire Livendell, and he won't consider it. Let's build a craftsman, yes. Okay, one of those cities will pop up in time. Right, first things first. Good, you haven't actually killed what I thought you were. I could have... No, he can't. I was gonna say, I could probably have you killed with my transport cargo, but then the game decided to prove me wrong. Right. Training ground is necessary. I really want those skeletal veterans, and soon. As for you, you're working on magic. Build me a mana vault, which should hopefully increase production of mana by a Also known as 50% for those wondering. As for you, what was I doing with you? Was I making you money? I think I was making you pure money production. So tax offices would be what is next.
Carabellus.
You may now have your fun with the werewolves.
Fire.
And keep murdering. Mage Fort will go down soon, and when it goes down, we'll replace it with something much more befitting of a... Befitting. Befitting. Is that an actual term? No. Much more fitting for us. Ratman robbers, what do you do? Nothing important that I would care about. What I would really enjoy doing is just sinking this territory down into the ocean, in which case he would be completely cut off, or at least, no, not completely cut off, but he'd have a large reduction in the amount of turns it would... If you can't tell why I'm slightly annoyed with myself, then I don't know why. I need to work on my speaking skills. It would greatly increase the number of turns it would take for him to expand in this direction. Alright, so what should I cast my spell on? Question 1. Would you get any benefit from it? We've got about 2.5 extra food, which roughly equates to 1 gold extra, and more zombies. You... Okay, you definitely probably benefit from the Harvest Blessing. Oh yes, I might as well give it to you, since I'm not doing anything else with it. He's just kind of patrolling the land. He doesn't really... He can't really do anything.
Listen, I wanted to speak with you about something.
You know what? Sure, why not? I don't think I'll ever mind a non-aggression pact. That he's giving me gold for it, which is also nice. And you receive that, which boosts it to a respectable degree. As for you, you are becoming a monetary settlement. Yes, so I'll give you the Craftsman District to fulfill that requirement. And you'll finally kill this one, which gives me even more money than I know what to do with. And you kill the Ghost Wolf, finally. And as you level up, I don't see any reason just not to give you Perceptive. Hopefully they do not notice my green bats. And now we play the waiting.
The new spell research is complete.
Perfect. That's precisely as I'd needed. Curses, why do I have to keep dealing with this? I don't want the god spells. The other spells are much more interesting. Now, you are in food production, so I might as well churn out another farm? I might as well. It's not like I'm going to be doing much else with you. Ah yes, you, the, random city. I think I might just turn you into mana production. I already have one of these from before. And I don't think I'd bother spending my... I could turn that into mana. It's probably not worth a lot of mana. Question. If I were to... Could I attempt to disenchant one of those artifacts just to see how much I'd get? To storage. It doesn't matter, he's not using it. Okay, so it's 250 gold, 240 gold with 80 mana whenever I feel like doing so. In my opinion, yes. I'll keep that around. As for you... I could... Nope, force march for you. Oh. I thought the, I should give it to you. I thought this had finished constructing of its training ground, in which case I would have just immediately upgraded several of these to skeletal veterans. And as for Mage Fort, you're a human city. And you aren't large enough to justify me keeping you there. You aren't large enough to justify me keeping you in the region. So might as well pass you up. Just murder some werewolves. Certainly no one minds. There's another greater fire elemental, and I'm going to weasel this one because you have 2 ranged attackers that can instantly kill all my bats. Fueling expansion. Cannot afford... You cannot make any of this. I really need the city for a staging ground.
The new spell research is complete.
Rune of protection, good, get out of my way. Just... Fine, basic dispel. As for you, as for you, as for you. We can build a foundry on you now. We already have it, it's just 1 free gold production, so why not? Any inefficiencies could be attributed to my lack of knowledge in the game. Now, as for what I'm going to plan to do with you, I'm going to see if I can do a stealth landing up here, and then try to gut Livendell without them realizing it. As there's tons of monsters down here, mostly ogres on all sides, and mountains here, and it should be able to keep him from moving any closer, while I can just stealthily take the region without him realizing it. As for you, as for you. It's just piecemeal. Vampires. Although they have death magic. Are you immune to death magic? No, strangely enough. I say strangely enough entirely because I know the lore info. Necromantic experiments and the production of artificial undead intelligence. Now, assuming that this is undead, it should be immune to death magic, has thus far resulted in the creation of a hybrid flying serpent rat. This hybrid, we have found, possesses astonishing survival and procreation instincts, even the most unsuitable of circumstances. Thankfully, these flying mutants are easily tamed and trained. As for you, take the shipwreck. Unfortunately, nothing good. Okay. Lost artifact. Now, the real question is, can I weasel it out of the noses of the vampires and the Great Fire Elemental? And of course, you'll continue your journey. Build the Craftsman District, hooray! As I thought, if I had allied with Mirabellus, these two would be going to war next turn. Oh, they declared war on each other. King Rrat seems to have that problem. He just likes declaring war on people for the most inane of reasons. Good. All our powerful units are available. You have finished your construction. Undead. So wait, why can't I get Doros and Lunord? What? Gosh, is this entirely because I got monsters here? Oh well. This is a necessity. Although I can always get the pig farm. Temple the Crypta is the bigger necessity in my opinion. If you're wondering why, it's just because of that super unit, the Ancient Lich. Most holy units are very, very powerful. And now we have access to skeletal snipers and skeleton veterans. As you can see, they have a higher upkeep cost. The skeletal veterans start off with basic armor, making them better at protection for everything. Have a higher basic melee attack. And just are generally better at what they do, similar to skeleton snipers, meaning we're going to have to take the transition for our entire armed forces. And then we also have black shadows, which are basically green bats, with a higher upkeep and vampirism, as well as more points. And more damage. Of which I'm going to upgrade my bats right away. I mean, there's no reason not to. Sadly, I can't upgrade my Caravellas. Right, you are going to become a skeleton veteran. You cannot upgrade, so you'll probably remain behind to avoid getting slaughtered. You will become Black Shadows. Now this is going to burn through my funding really quickly, but hopefully I can get around that. And in this case, I will give you Ghost Armor. And a Protection Amulet, because you need your protection while scouting out the area. Jeez Louise, am I going to weasel this out of place? It's almost effectively suicide to do so, as both the vampires would instantaneously annihilate me. Although there is another lost artifact here which I can go and try to claim. This artifact being here also symbolizes that there's no one here who has any claim to this territory. I mean, it's just too dangerous. And that we've finally looped around ourselves, so the cylindrical world is coming into play. As I'm expanding eastward, I'm also expanding westward, which I really should consider doing soon. Speaking of which, I should probably mobilize my army then. Right, so you will of course become veterans. And you will also become snipers. And speaking of your newfound responsibilities, please make your way down southward. I'm well aware that there's an option to skip movements, it's just sometimes animations look interesting enough to sit and watch for a while, and that's why I don't really stop for the animation. Right. End our current turn.
Time to move!
Let's send our little rat friend over here. He's as effective a scout as any. Now these veterans... Of course the rogues are guarding this place. So if their lives depended on it, let's remove them. Hopefully they move. This is my stealth in hand. This is my stealthful insertion. You will get yourself out of my area. Ah yes. Go into Vampirium and then... Where should I set you up? About... Yay? Nay. Yay. Right there. No. If I go right here, I'll get the Nevril immediately, and that's the flaw of the other location that I have Nevril at, because it's going to take a few turns before I have access to it. Now, let's see if I can weasel my way into this artifact. Okay, these rangers can't kill my black shadows in one hit. So the Shield of Rage. Okay. You can hopefully take... No, you cannot. Karen can, but he cannot. Okay, you'll take the Stone of Force. You'll take this one. Unfortunately, this doesn't increase your damage any higher, so you'll just hold on to those for now. We might as well end our turn. Of course you move into locations just to kill them.
Your Excellency, someone has humbly requested your aid.
Another god quest. Right. Greater land raising. It's not what I wanted, but I'll research it anyway. Hatred of magic. Interesting spell. And of course I have... Yes, of course, I've got no choice in the matter. Okay, how am I looking on the God's Plane? I'm not looking anywhere yet. I still have yet to build the temple. The temple is just under construction still. You will acquire the endurance type. Magic becomes dangerous more later in the game. Couldn't bother with the Lord. Now, make your move. Hopefully you can fare better, thank you. I keep remembering why this is a terrible idea. There's just so many neutrals in one location that it just becomes impossible to do anything. I mean, look down here. There's just imps, demons, and the like everywhere. I need very powerful spells to affect them in any way. Effect? Effect. Alright. So we're gonna need the skeleton snipers here if we're gonna actually cause them any trouble. Okay, you will land, and at the same time we'll upgrade you to veterans to make sure you can't be killed by the rogue force. I'm going to do my best to avoid the lava hill. Why am I avoiding the lava hills? Just make the barren, make the lands barren. Oh. Okay, I have to cast that several times then.
Ready about.
Alright. I still haven't decided on particularly where I want you to go. It's just a toss-up between here or here. Or one of these three locations. We've captured some random city that I have no idea where it exists. Congratulations. You want a cookie? Right. I think I may just give you Magic Shield. I think I may. Because you have no other way of defending yourself from spells, and that's probably what's going to kill you more than anything. Now this city was turning into a mana city. I think I may make the mana vault right now, depending. No. Mana vault. No, farm. No, the vault, so I can try to get a crypt right away.
We have some...
No, thank you. Okay, hopefully I can perform a landing down south.
Ready to pillage.
As for you. I could consider consider doing a great... Like, what are the benefits of doing that? If I do a greater land raising here, it will remove the deep water and make it so everyone can just walk across the landscape. So in that point, I expose myself to every single monster creature that was set up there before time began. Yet at the same time, I also get access to bringing my troops over with the ability to fight. Have to decide. Oh, hello, veterans. Hello. Nice to see you. Time to die. Can't afford protection amulets. As you can see, skeleton veterans are far greater than their normal cousins. Cousins? I didn't know skeletons could have cousins. Alright, as for you, defend. We'll keep an eye on things. You will... Here. We'll go with the best for production and future production. It doesn't matter if we can't get the Nevril now, we'll get it eventually. Plus I don't have the economy to support equipping everyone with Nevril weapons. Okay, now they're just defending it. There's no point to being here, might as well head southward. Okay, I think he's going to try to declare war on me as well. Well, good luck. Because that will have to wait until next time. Hope you've all enjoyed the set so far. And this has been BrainBoy 20 with Let's Play Warlock, Master of the Arcane. And I'm signing off.